great pleasure to welcome all the parents who have gathered here for this session. Your presence here truly reflects your commitment towards your child's growth, and we truly value this partnership. So today we have with us our dear principal, who doesn't need any introduction, a visionary leader, an educator, and a person who strongly believes in nurturing not only academic excellence, but also strong values in children. So today's session is going to be really reflective and enriching for you all. So with a huge round of applause, let's welcome our dear principal, Sadat sir, onto the stage.
Happy morning, everyone.
Happy morning, sir.
Okay, great to see so many parents. Right. Warm welcome to each one of you for this interactive session. Last maybe 10 days back, I think we have sent this circular with respect to parenting session, right? So after seeing the circular, probably I'll just tell you most of the parents' thought. I'll just tell you what they might be thinking about. Me, being a parent of grade 7, 8, 9, right? I have handled my kids so many years so well. What else I have to learn from this parenting session? That might be the thought of many parents. That's where, and probably my child is not in first standard and I'm not a new parent. So what else I get to learn from this parenting session? This might be the thought of many parents. That's where exactly 11:30, one more session is happening in Kaushalya, grade 1, 2 and 3 parents. Their number is more, it seems, compared to this. I was just thinking, okay, then I'm going to handle the experienced one. I don't know how to handle them because they know everything. They're handling this parenting, from almost many years. Great. Okay. Now, how many of you agree with me that parenting is a skill? Do you all agree with me? Parenting is a skill, right? Okay. Any skill, when you consistently put effort, then only that skill will be updated, isn't it? If not slowly, how good you might be, right? How gifted you might be, automatically the skill will vanish, right? Okay. Now, the people who are sitting in this auditorium, including me, all of us, we have learned this parenting skill from our parents. Do you all agree with me? Yes or no? And this parenting skill, whatever we have learned from our parents, whatever strategies our parents have used on us, do you think those strategies will work with our children? What percentage you think you can use it? 50%, 20%, but not 100%, right? So whatever I have learned from my parents, to small extent I can use on my kids. Definitely, I need to understand my kids because they are totally different from what I was a child. That means, do you agree that this generation is totally different, isn't it? Now, how different this generation is? What exactly the difference? Let us try to understand. This generation, basically we call it as Gen Z, Gen Alpha, some different words we are using, isn't it? So let us try to understand what is this Gen Z, Gen Alpha, what are the characteristics of this generation. If we understand them better, probably we can try a bit to become good parents. Until and unless we don't understand the generation, every time we are trying to treat, until and unless I don't understand the problem, being a doctor, I can't give any medicine, right? So let us try to understand the characteristics of this particular generation. So based on the year in which they have born, we are considering them as Gen Z and Gen Alpha, children who born between 97 to 2012. So basically the students of grade 8 and 9 comes under category of Gen Z, and Gen Alpha, the one who born 2013 onwards, probably grade 7 children may come under that category. So let us try to focus only on these two generations, Gen Z and Gen Alpha. Very narrow differentiation will be there between these two generations. Let us try to understand to some extent whatever we can, right? So, see the criteria. We're talking about the technology, exposure to technology, right? So when I talk about Gen Z, they know technology, but in front of them, technology has grown step by step. But if you take Gen Alpha, I think from day one, they know what is AI. They started growing with AI, smartphones, smart screens, right? So I think they are little well versed in technology, Gen Alpha compared to Gen Z. Now I'm talking about technology. See the next part, attention span. I want you to observe this part very clearly. Gen Z, they can focus if they are interested. But when it comes to Gen Alpha, very short attention span. That means if you are a parent of grade 7, 6, you people, If you want to spend some time with them, maximum you can spend for 20 minutes. After that, you need to give a break for them also. It's not only the classroom, right? Classroom, I can't conduct 1 hour classroom. 35 minutes, believe me, in that I'll teach only 20 minutes. 5 minutes I do activity, 10 minutes I make them write notes. If I teach all 35 minutes, then gone case. They start hating you people. No, they start hating the teacher immediately. So please try to understand these characteristics of our generation, the generation which we are trying to handle every day. We'll move on to the next one. Emotional expression. So, read out with respect to Gen Z, they feel deeply but hesitate to express. They know emotions, they feel for you, but they don't know how to express it. That is the problem of Gen Z. But when it comes to Gen Alpha, they are okay to express, but only selected things. If you are emotionally connected, they open up. If not, they don't even open up that also. That's what the generation we are handling when it comes to emotional expression. Now the next point, you can see that response to discipline. Now in the classroom, when a class monitor or a PE teacher, they're talking about discipline, right? They accept, Gen Z will accept the discipline, but you need to explain them the logic why they need to be disciplined. Until and unless you don't explain, only if you are asking them to stand in straight line, they don't listen to you. What is the advantage of standing in straight line? You have to give explanation. You need to tell the logic, then only they'll listen to you. Right? Then when it comes to Gen Alpha, they are again emotion oriented. If they are emotionally connected with you, then only they listen to you. Whether logic is there or not, if they are connected with you, they will listen to you. If not, even you are giving a biggest justification, whatever you can give, yet they don't believe in you. Right? The next point, handling pressure. Gen Z can tolerate some pressure, it seems. Whereas Gen Alpha, low tolerance to stress and comparison. So, this point, let me elaborate. Basically, when we were kids, expectation from me, from my father, my son has to go to school, come back. This is daily expectation. After every assessment, my father's expectation is let him do much better compared to previous test. So he has scored some 2-3 marks good. That is good enough for my father. This is what the expectation from our parents, isn't it? Everyday expectation is simple. Let him go to school. That's good enough. Let him enjoy the school. That's what the expectation from my father, right? And then second part, after every assessment, whenever he come to PTM, he was expecting, let him score little better marks. This is the expectation. Now we are handling a different generation. We expect this generation to excel in every aspect. Believe me, I meet many parents, they question the child when the child is not winning a medal in sports, even though they know that physically the child is not that proactive, even they know the child has not gone outside after school hours. After school hours, every day the child is sitting at home watching TV. Mother knows about it, father knows about it, yet they expect the child to get a medal in the sports competition. So, are we adding stress on the child here? I'm talking about that parent, whoever is having expectation, even though they know what time the actually child is spending, they know very clearly. They know the daily routine of the child, yet expectation is so high just because somebody else is doing. Just because somebody else got the medal. Right? Academic point of view also same thing. Academic point of view also same thing. When some children are gifted, that's absolutely fine. They have a different IQ, they learn, that's absolutely fine. We are not comparing. Right? So, but being a parent, many a times without our knowledge, we try to do this. Own marks nodu, own medal bantu, what about Nino? So this part is adding stress, and comparison is the most hatest thing what Gen Alpha will handle, it seems. So I think being parents, we need to be a little more sensitive about this part, comparison part. And the last part, relationship with adults. So you can see that they respect, but they question it. You show me what is your quality, why should I respect you? You may be father, you may be mother, show me that quality, why should I respect you? So that quality, they question it. Probably we were not like that. Even every day if my father is beating, yet I show the same respect. But this generation is not like that. So you people, I think we need to equip ourselves to handle this generation. And the last point, you can see that response only when they feel understood. So whatever emotion, whatever relationship you people are trying to express with your child, if they understand that, then only they reciprocate. If not, they don't even reciprocate for that. Now, after I think around 6-7 criteria we discussed. Could you able to connect some dots with your kids? Any points here and there? Yes? No? Many points, right? Great. Okay. So this is the generation what we are trying to handle. Gen Z and Gen Alpha, right? So knowing the generation, my logic is very simple here. I'm not going to teach anything new because I'm handling the most senior most parents. I told you already, my job is today a very tough job. I'm handling very tough job already, right? But I felt like, why not bring all the experienced heads in one umbrella, allow them to discuss, give that 1 hour of quality time to think about their child. I know in the daily hustle, every day running around, probably we don't spend that quality 1 hour to think about our kids. So this forum is only for that. Nothing new you guys are going to learn, believe me. Don't ask me at the end of the session what exactly you taught me. I'm not going to teach anything. I am trying to bring in all the expert brains under one umbrella, creating some small forum where they can able to correlate. They can able to understand the generation much better. This is what we are trying to do. So to understand the scenario much better, probably, let me give a small tip for parents, which you might be knowing already. But yet, for Gen Z, see the point? Listen without immediate advice. You people have to listen to them completely, then only you can advise. Without listening, without understanding whole thing, you can't advise them, right? So second point, guide, don't control. You can guide them, but you can't control. See, basically this generation, they expect some sort of personal space. We didn't have space even in bathroom, do you believe me? You know, 2-3 brothers used to go on same time for bathroom. So, but this generation is totally different. They expect, even though you're a father, even though you're a mother, I need my own space. So this part probably many of us, we don't understand. We try to involve in every itty-bitty thing that make them to rebel against you. Even though they don't care, you people are parents. They want their personal space. That's the generation what we are handling. So I request, so Gen Z parents, probably you can just make a note of these 2 points very clearly. Next, if we talk about Gen Alpha, see the statement, the first statement. The moment when I read this statement, no, it was looking like a 6th standard child coming and standing in front of me and telling, you connect with me first, then you correct me. Literally, it was coming in my mind every time. So, see the statement, connect first and correct later. Let me give you an example. I have some sections which are little challenging. Not all sections are same. Some sections are little challenging. How do I get to know? Teachers will talk about those sections every now and then in the staff room. 6th BLE, so some discussion will be happening, right? So we will get to know for sure that some sections are not that great. But believe me, some selected teachers, when they go to that section, the classroom is going to be so normal, so casual, it looks like something magic the teacher has done in the classroom. It's not, the problem is not with every teacher. Problem is only with, some selected teachers, because I felt like they have not connected with them. The generation has not accepted them as teacher. If they have not accepted, how much ever effort you put on them, definitely everything is going on vain. So now, as parents, we need to question, am I connected to my child? Do you think my child is taking everything, whatever I am telling? Is it practically my child is listening to me, or just my child is behaving as if she is trying to understand, he is trying to understand? So there is a small, space. You can think about the small space. You people have to question yourself whether my child is really listening to me or not. If listening, that means you are connected. If not, then I think again you people have to put efforts to connect first with the child, then only you can correct them. And the next one is reduce screen, increase interaction. Probably this one I have used even in the last session when I had a session about gadget de-addiction. I know this is known truth, but very difficult to maybe execute. Execution is not that easy to snatch the gadgets because they're born with the gadgets, right? It's not that easy, but it will definitely have a lot of impact. So I request parents, if you can try these 2 small tips, which you can, it will be very great help, right? So far all of you are with me now. We are in sync. We are trying to understand what exactly is happening. So we understood the generation, we understood some 1 or 2 tips what I can use so that I can connect well with my child. These are two things we have discussed. So let us try to see a small drama of our 8th standard kids. Then we will try to discuss about the drama. I want you people only have to tell me what exactly we are trying to execute in the drama. Right? Are you ready for the small drama? Ravi sir, over to you.
ಇದೀಗ ನಾಟಕ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನ ತೊಳಲಾಟದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳಾಟ.
ಇವತ್ತು ಊಟಕ್ಕೆ ಏನೋ ತಂದಿದ್ಯಾ? ಪನ್ನೀರು. ಸುಧನ್ವ ಏನೋ ತಂದಿದ್ಯಾ ಊಟಕ್ಕೆ? ಕಾಂಕ್ರೀಟ್.
ಕಾಂಕ್ರೀಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಕಣೋ, ಉಪ್ಪಿಟ್ಟು. ನನ್ನ
ಫೇವ್ರೇಟ್ ಅಂತ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ತರ್ತೀಯೇನೋ?
ನಮ್ಮಮ್ಮ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕಟ್ ಕಳ್ಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಂಗಂತ ಆನೆ ತರ ತಿನ್ನಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತಾ? ರೇಟ್ಸ್ಬೇಡ, ಸುಮ್ಮನಿರು.
ಸುಧನ್ವ ಅವ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರ ನಿಜಾನೇ ಕಣೋ, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಆನೆ ತರ ತಿಂತಿದ್ಯಾ?
ಸುಧನ್ವ ಆನೆ, ಸುಧನ್ವ ಆನೆ. ಏನು ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ತಾನೆ ನಾವು, ಇಷ್ಟು ನಿನ್ಗೆ ರೇಟ್ಸ್ಬಾರ್ದಾ? ನಾವ್ ಆಟ ಆಡ್ಬಾರ್ದಾ? ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಅಂತ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಡ. ನಾನೇನ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೀನಿ? ನಾನ್ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ನಿನ್ ಜೊತೆ ಆಟ ಆಡ್ತಿದೀನಿ ತಾನೆ.
ಬಿಡು, ಆಯ್ತು ಬಿಡು ಬಿಡು.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ನನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡು, ನನ್ನ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡು ಇವತ್ತು ಎಲ್ಲರ ಮುಂದೆ ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಹೆಂಗೆ ರೇಗಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ನಲ್ಲ. ನನಗೆಷ್ಟು ಬೇಜಾರಾಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಬಹಳ ಸಿಟ್ಟು ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು. ನನಗೆಷ್ಟು ಸಿಟ್ಟು ಬಂತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸರಿ ಇದನ್ನು ಅಮ್ಮನ ಹತ್ರ ಹೇಳಣ್ವಾ, ಅಥವಾ ಇದು ಸಣ್ಣ ವಿಷಯ, ಇಷ್ಟು ಸಣ್ಣ ವಿಷಯನೆಲ್ಲ ಅಮ್ಮನ ಹತ್ರ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತಾ? ಸರಿ ನೋಡೋಣ, ನಾಳೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸರಿ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು.
ಏನೋ ಇದು ಸುಧನ್ವ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಿಂದೆ ಸಾಕಿದ್ಯಾ? ಅಮ್ಮ ಆಮೇಲೆ ತೆಗಿತೀನಿ, ಸುಸ್ತಾಗಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಈಗಲೇ ತೆಗ್ದಿಡು. ಇದೇನಿದು, ನಿಂಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಅಂತ ಉಪ್ಪಿಟ್ಟು ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ತಿಂದೇ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ? ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಚಳಿಲೆದ್ದು ಬಿಸಿ ಬಿಸಿ ಉಪ್ಪಿಟ್ಟು ಮಾಡಾಕ್ತೀನಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲ ನನ್ ಕರ್ಮ. ನಿಂಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಬರುತ್ತೋ? ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಬಿಡಮ್ಮ, ಹಳೆಯಿಂದ ಚಿಕ್ಕದ ಚೂರು ಹಾಕೋದು. ಸರಿ ಆಯ್ತು. ಸುಧನ್ವ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಹೆಂಗಿತ್ತು? ಸುಧನ್ವ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಹೆಂಗಿತ್ತು? ಸುಧನ್ವ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಹೆಂಗಿತ್ತು? ಎಲ್ಲ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು. ನಾನು ಆಟ ಆಡಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. ಮೊದಲು ಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಆಟ ಆಡಕ್ ಹೋಗು.
ಬಾಲ್ ಕೊಡು, ಹಂಗೆ ಆಟ ಆಡಕ್ ಬಾ, ಏನಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಸುಧನ್ವ ಬಾಲ್ ಕೊಡು, ಆಟ ಆಡಕ್ ಬಾ.
ಇಲ್ಲ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಒಂದೆರಡು ನಿಮಿಷ ಬಾರೋ.
ಬಿಡು, ಅವ್ನು ಬರಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನನಗೆ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನನಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಬಿಡು,
ಏನ್ ಆಡೋಣ? ನಡಿ, ನಾವು ಹೋಗೋಣ. ಆಯ್ತು ಬಿಡು. ಆನೆ ಬಂತಂದಾನೆ, ಯಾವ ಊರಾನೆ? ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿನ ಆನೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿನ ಬಂದು. ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಡ. ಏನಿದ್ದು? ನಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾನ್ ಕೂತಿದ್ದೀನೋ, ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಜಗಳಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ. ನಿನ್ ಜೊತೆ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಶಿಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಾರ್ದಿತ್ತ ಸುಧನ್ವ? ತಪ್ಪು. ಈ ತರ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಈ ತರ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಡಿ. ಹಿಂದೆ ಏನೇನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ?
ಬಿಡು.
ಮಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು.
Happy morning, miss.
Happy morning. Sit down. Which chapter were we doing? Page number
67.
Yes, ma'am. 67. Open. Sunanda, what are you looking outside? Nothing, ma'am. I will make concentrate. What's happening here? Class or fish market? Ma'am, I was asking for a pen. Okay, take a pen.
ಅಲ್ಲ, ನನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡು ಇವತ್ತಾದರೂ ಸರಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ, ಬಟ್ ನಂಗೆ ಆಗಲೇ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ. ಅವ್ನು ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲರ ಜೊತೆ ಸೇರಿಕೊಂಡು ರೇಗಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ನಲ್ಲ. ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಟಾರ್ಗೆಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಗ್ರೂಪಿಸಮ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ರು. ಇದನ್ನು ನಾನು ಅಮ್ಮನ ಹತ್ರ ಹೇಳನ್ವಾ? ಅಮ್ಮ ತುಂಬ ಬ್ಯುಸಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಪ್ಪನ ಹತ್ರ ಅಪ್ಪ ಇನ್ನೂ ಬ್ಯುಸಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ನಾನು ಯಾರ ಹತ್ರ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಇದನ್ನ? ಅಮ್ಮನ ಹತ್ರ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮೇ ಬಿ ಅಮ್ಮ ಬಂದು ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲಿ ಜಗಳ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಶಿಪ್ ಇನ್ನೂ ದೂರ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅಥವಾ ಅಮ್ಮ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಕ್ಕಳಾಟ ಕಂಡ್ರೋ, ಇವತ್ತು ನೀವು ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸು ಹೊಡೆದಾಡ್ಕೋತೀರಾ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸೇರ್ಕೋತೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನು ಯಾರ ಹತ್ರ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ? ನನಗೇನು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಏನು ಮಾಡಲಿ?
ಸುಧಾಕ, ನಾನು 2 ದಿವಸದಿಂದ ನೋಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಯಾಕೆ ಬಲ್ಲಾಗಿದ್ಯಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ, ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ನಿಜ ಹೇಳಿ, ಏನಾಯ್ತು? ಇಲ್ಲ, ಆರಾಮಾಗೇ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಹುಷಾರಿಲ್ವಾ? ಹುಷಾರಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನಿಜ ಹೇಳಿ, ಏನಾಯ್ತು? ಹಾ, ಹೇಳಿ.
ಮಕ್ಕಳ ತೊಳಲಾಟದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ 2ನೇ ಸಾಂದರ್ಭಿಕ ದೃಶ್ಯ ಮತ್ತೆ ಶಾಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ.
ಏನೋ ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಟಾಪರ್ ಬಂದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? ಕೈ ಅವ್ನ್ ಬಾಲ ಕೇಳದ. ಬಾರೋ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಬಾರೋ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದ್ ನಿಮಿಷ. ಎಲ್ಲೋ ನಿನ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಟಾಪರ್ ಬಂದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸ್ಕೂಲಿಗೆ. ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಕಣ ಯಾಕೆ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ದಿನದಿಂದ ನೀನ್ ನಮ್ ಜೊತೆ ಸೇರ್ತಾನೆ ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲೋ? ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲಾರ ಹತ್ರನೂ ಸೇರ್ತೀನಪ್ಪ. ಗೊತ್ತು, ಸುಮ್ನಿರಪ್ಪ. ನೀನ್ ಬರ್ರಿ ಅವನಿಂದ. ನೀನ್ ನಿನ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಜೊತೆ ಹೋಗಪ್ಪ, ನಾ ಪಡಂಗ್ ನಾವ್ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ನೀನ್ ಒಂದ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ನೋಟಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ಯಾ? ಟಾಪರು ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗಲ್ಲ ನಾವ್ ಜೊತೆ ಸೇರ್ತಾನೆ, ಆಬ್ಸೆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ ಜೊತೆ ಸೇರ್ತಾನಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಲೋ, ಅದ್ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತೆ? ಬಾ.
ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಹೋಗ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
ನಾವ್ ವಾಶಿಂಗ್ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಚಿರಾಗ್, ಬಾರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಬಾಯೋ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತೀನಿ. ಯಾವ್ದೇನೋ ನನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಏನು? ಎಲ್ಲ ನಿನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆನ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದು. ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಬರೀ ಕಾಪಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಟಾಪರ್ ಆಗಿರೋದಂತ ನೀನು. ನಿಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ತಾನೆ, ನಾನು ಹಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೈ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಸಹಾಯನೂ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲಂತೆ. ನಿಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ತಾನೆ, ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲಾರ್ಗು ನಾನು ನೋಟ್ಸು ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಅದೇನೋ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ನಡೆದಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಮುರ್ದಾಕಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರು ಅದ್ ನೀನೇ ಮುರ್ದಾಕಿದ್ದು ಅಂತ ಹೋಗಿ ಮಿಸ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದಾರೆ. ನಿಂಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ತಾನೆ, ನಂಗೂ ಅದಕ್ಕೂ ಸಂಬಂಧನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸರಿ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಬೇಡ. ನಾನು ನಿನ್ ಜೊತೆ ಇರೋದಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಾಲ ಬಾಲ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ರೆಕ್ಸ್ಕೊಂತಾರೆ. ನಾನು ವಾಶ್ರೂಮ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಿರ್ತೀನಿ. ಸರಿ,
ನಾನೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿ? ನಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಓದ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಗ್ರಜ್ಜು. ನಾನೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿ? ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನ ಯಾರ ಹತ್ರ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ? ಅಮ್ಮನ ಹತ್ರ ಹೇಳಣ್ವಾ? ಅಪ್ಪನ ಹತ್ರ ಹೇಳಣ್ವಾ? ಅಥವಾ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಶಿಪ್ ಇನ್ನೂ ಕಟ್ಟಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ? ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನನ್ನ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸು, ನಾನು ಯಾರ ಹತ್ರ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ? ಇದೇ ತರ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ.
Thank you.
Okay, how was the drama? Anybody want to comment on it? What exactly you have understood? If somebody want to address, please. I think our office boys are there. They'll help you with mic. Whatever you felt about the drama, please feel free to tell. Whatever you have understood.
Basically, both the kids who were in the drama, they were like a little bit irritable and withdrawn and all. So possibly like parents, instead of going into their details, they just superficially they touched them and they were busy in their own world. Yes, of course, we can understand that. And life is challenging for everybody, and they were only dealing with their own challenges. But they did not kind of, because for every kid there'll be normal behavior and then kind of behavior which is not very normal for them, isn't it? So especially, I mean, when the kid is having normal, for some kids that might be their baseline behavior,
yes.
But when it is away from the baseline behavior, probably I thought parent would have kind of a little bit more digged into what what is it? I mean, what are the
Okay.
antecedents?
Okay.
What are the behaviors and what are the consequences of it, which we call as ABCs and
Yes. Great, sir. Great observation. Anybody else want to comment on the drama?
So as we trust someone and share our feelings with them, so kids also should have that, they are ambiguous. That is what I observed between two kids in the drama.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Anybody else from this side?
I feel they are still, figuring out what is their lighthouse.
Okay.
They are still, not sure. And they are also trying to balance out to find out whether the issue is trivial or whether it really requires some sort of attention.
Okay.
And what happens, what we saw with the first boy was it becomes cumulative over time.
Yes, very true.
So small things they feel are unimportant to be discussed, but when things grow up, they don't know how to handle it.
Very true.
So I think they are going through some sort of complicated times, and they are also trying to find the ground.
Okay.
So that's what I feel about
Thank you,
it.
ma'am. Thank you. Yes, ma'am, please.
Sir, added to that, I also felt that the mother who was talking this, she should have given more time. But I think the child was also thinking like, should I say, should I not say? If I say, what the mother is going to react?
Okay.
She already has a lot of things, or the parents have a lot of things on the plate. But is it good to say? They also think that also.
Very true.
Should we tell or should we not tell? Am I adding more stress to my parents? Do they have time to listen?
Okay.
So as added to the cumulative, one day it's going to be really bad when it pops up.
Very true, very true. Fine. Dear parents, in the drama, actually I have taken a very basic scenario which can happen with any child. Just the friend is trying to tease because of bringing little more uppit. Simple. In another case, the person is trying to blame just because he's a topper. Possibly these things can happen in the classroom in any scenario. There is no doubt about it. So it's only one friend. There are so many 30 classmates are there. In that 30, anyone can do this with me. There is no doubt about it, right? So when children face these kind of incidents, as they are not that expressive, what will happen? Their behavior will change. Now, what is that behavior? Now, as soon as the child came, the child was trying to throw the things here and there. Child was not trying to be the part, whatever routine is there. Probably child would have kept the books, changed the dress, then the child would have eaten something, and then the child would have gone for playing. But here the routine is missing. So mother is trying to tell him change the dress and eat something. But so you can understand when they can't express the emotion, their actions will change. I repeat, they are matured enough, like the parent told, they are matured enough. They feel like, why am I trying to add more burden to my parent? They are trying to handle themselves. They will handle, but they need some support. So probably that support, we need little more, training ourselves. We need little more that parenting skill to understand what's going on, right? Now let's try to do a small activity. I think all of you have got a pad and pen, right? In that activity sheet 1 is there. Hope all of you got activity sheet 1, right? So this activity sheet 1 is very important for me. I have not marked your attendance. You people have to write your child name, section, then NDH and Kaushalya is there. Please tick it. Then I have given some behavioral actions what child can express, right? Probably, I think if I take not sharing anything about school, that is the behavioral action. I want you to think from your child's perspective. If child is doing that behavioral action, what might be the emotion your child will go through? I'll get different answers for these questions for sure. I want you to be in your child's shoes and understand. For example, I'll give one more thing. Sudden drop in grades. There are so many emotions I have mentioned here. Sudden drop in grades can be because of helplessness. Child might be nervous because of assessment. Child might be stressed. It can be any emotion with respect to that behavior, right? That is your first task. And second task, below that I have given some space. Other behaviors as parent you have observed. You might have observed some more behavioral actions what your child might have expressed at home, which only you know. And try to connect what is that emotion, why the child has behaved in this way in that particular incident. So try to connect to that, and I think if both husband and wife are there, discuss and write about your child. If single parent is there, you can think about your child. Feel free to write in detail. I feel this 5 minutes is very precious. I want you to be in your child's shoes and try to think and then write it. And then I request you to put the slips in these boxes. This is your attendance sheet. Please ensure that you're going to put it in the box. You have 5 minutes for this task. Please try to work on it. Your time starts now. Yes, ma'am.
धड़कन धड़कन तुम सीने में हर वक्त धड़कते हो, जाऊं कहीं भी मैं तुम हो या ना हो पर साथ ही रहते हो, तुम होते हो इन आँखों में हर जगह.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll take 1 more minute to complete this task.
दरिया दरिया सहरा सहरा सूरज सा भटकते हो, दिल ही दिल में.
I request everyone to ensure that you have written that activity sheet. I think most of you tried connecting the behavioral actions, whatever children express, to some emotions, right? So it can be any emotion. I have given some examples. It can be out of this also. Many emotions are there. It can be any emotion. We are just trying to visualize that probably my child might have behaved like this because of this reason. He couldn't express this emotion in front of me, probably because of which he might have. It may not be correct in all the cases, but let us try to visualize. Sometimes children will have these behavioral actions which we need to connect with some emotions. Okay, so far we learned 2 things. One is we understood about generation, right? And second thing, we understood that when children can't express their emotions, some changes in behavior can easily be seen. And we need to monitor those behavior changes, and immediately we need to try to address it. Fine. So some of you might tried visualizing what my child have behaved, why this behavior, all those things. You have dropped your sheets. Let me share some of my examples as a teacher, as a coordinator, as a principal, whatever I have observed. So some of the examples let me share with you people. I want you to understand the emotion of the child in the scenarios, whatever I am sharing with you. Don't try to judge the child. Don't try to think anything beyond understanding the emotion of the child. So let us talk about, maybe I'll take a 7th standard girl. A 7th standard girl probably who might have entered the menarche. Being a science teacher, I know what estrogen will do in her body. Right? The child, he's already having some mood swings. Child already have some kind of stress to handle herself. On top of that, whatever incident you saw in the drama, one incident is sufficient to break her, isn't it? She's already disturbed. Mood swings are there. On top of that, one of their friend she teased because of bringing little more food. You can just visualize what emotion the child will go through. A 7th standard child. Right? I'm not trying to find the solution here for this scenario. I want you to just feel the emotion, nothing else. Okay, let's move on to a little higher version, maybe a 8th or 9th standard girl. 8th and 9th standard, probably after their menarche already they have experienced 1 or 2 years. Now again here, estrogen levels are more. Not only physically, a lot of changes have happened. Emotionally also, they undergo a lot of changes. Now what do you mean by emotional changes? It is so true that in adolescent age, because of the hormones, children getting attracted to opposite gender is quite common. All of us have experienced it. Right, now I want you to visualize an 8th standard girl, probably for no reason she feels good to see a boy. For no reason she feels like writing his name on a piece of paper. It's around 3:20. They have packed their bags, and that girl, she took a piece of paper, she scribbled that boy's name, and suddenly her close friend who was sitting next to her, she snatched that paper, she saw that name, and she gave to class teacher. This incident happened at 3:20. Class teacher don't want to address that scenario. She told that anyways we are getting late. Right now you go. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Now I want you to visualize that 8th standard girl. She has taken her bag. She's walking in the corridor. She's trying to go to transportation. Opposite side, one teacher is walking. All her friends are wishing, happy evening ma'am. So they are wishing while going. This girl, as she has already lost in her thoughts, she didn't wish. Now teacher is thinking that, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ wish ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಇವಳು wish ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಎಷ್ಟು arrogant ಇರ್ಬೋದು. A small perspective has come in teacher because teacher don't know what has happened. Already teacher is trying to make a small perspective there about the child just because she didn't wish. Natural, teachers also humans, natural, right? Okay, imagine now after corridor, she is going to transportation, she sat in the bus. Every day she used to have a lot of gossips with the friends. Transportation will be different gang again. That is again one more headache, transportation. So different gangs will be there, different age group friends there, right? So every day she used to talk to them a lot, but today she's sitting silent. She's not trying to respond. She has her own stress already. Now friends, all her friends, they are telling that, "You'll namatra matarta illa, from tomorrow we will be a different gang." Happens? Because they also don't know. Right? The same girl now got down from the bus. Now she reached home, entered the house. Whatever her daily routine was there, forget about daily routine. She's not eating anything. She's not ready to study. Kept her bag aside. She went on, just slept on the room. Now, being a mother also have zero knowledge. In this scenario where the child is already scared so much, do you expect child to share what she has gone through today? Is it practically possible for an 8th standard girl who is scared what exactly my class teacher will do tomorrow? Whether she is going to call my parent or what exactly my mother think about me? A lot of things are already running in her mind. So probably being a mother, do I have to go and fill the silence or do I need to share the silence? Is there a difference? Filling the silence by asking a lot of questions, what happened, yaking artha idya, that, these and all, I'm trying to fill the silence. Sharing the silence is different. Go, just sit next to her. Now, let me tell you one interesting thing here. The child can definitely open up with you based on the history. In previous incidents, when I have done mistake, how exactly my parents have treated me, that history will be there, right, in her memory? If that history is so positive, my father can understand, my mother can understand. If that girl has that belief, don't you think she'll go and she'll share with mother? Amma nan tamasha eno bardide, something like that. At least she will try to, not complete story, at least something she will tell. Yes or no? So let us try to understand the scenario. It's so natural that in this age group, 7, 8, 9 standard, so many stories, it happens like this with boys also, not only with girls, with boys also many times these things will happen. As I told you, all of us have passed that stage. In fact, whenever I go to 10th standard kids, I'll ask them these things. I'll talk to them these things. It's absolutely fine to get attracted to other gender. That is natural. But you trust me, the teenagers has the potential, that whatever potential these teenagers they have, that potential none of us we have. That's where I try to divert their focus from these emotions to academics. How exactly I can do that? I'll tell you, whatever I'm trying to do in the classroom, I'm sharing with you people. It's absolutely fine, you feeling good to see that girl, absolutely fine these things, but this is not the age. And I have given example that teenagers, they can learn more than anybody else. That's where the toughest exams of India, JEE, NEET, all these things will be written by only teenagers. 24, 25 people, they can't handle these kind of exams. Only teenagers can handle these kind of exams. They have so much of strength. So I was trying to focus there. So whatever focus is there, towards my emotional strategies, my emotional trauma, whatever I'm going through. I'm feeling good of seeing this girl. I'm feeling good of seeing this boy. Absolutely fine, boss. Now you see this one. This is also your strength. Our children, absolutely they understand. They feel so comfortable to talk to me. That's absolutely fine. This is common. Now, being parents, how many of us are so open to understand this? Because I'll give some examples. As soon as these kind of incidents will come, obviously, now class teacher might have told coordinator will tell principal, why don't you call and inform the parent? This is what we do. Natural, right? Now I have called parent. Parent has come to me. I am trying to explain the parent. Probably this is natural, boss. Now child is going through this one. Why don't we help her by hand holding her? This is the agenda. Basically, we have meeting with this kind of parents. But parent, she's my daughter. How can my daughter do that? Your daughter is also daughter only. She's also a girl. Because we have that obsession, what we call, about our kids, lot of trust. No, that's absolutely correct. What you are as a father, you are a mother, you are absolutely correct. But at the same time, whatever is happening, you need to have that dare to accept the truth. Accept the truth, that is my girl only, that's absolutely fine, I will handhold her. So that small act basically helped these kids a lot. Shall we move on to the second activity? You guys are listening a lot, so again, you should not feel bored. So we'll move on to second activity. Again, second activity, we call something as silent sentences. So I have given a partial sentence there. Again, I want, we'll do one thing. Instead of a very small crowd is there, why don't we make small groups? Probably six parents here, one small group. There only you can arrange your chairs. I'll take 1 minute time first, make groups, because it's not only your ideas. Let us try to share somebody's ideas also. Here also you can make groups. Small groups of 6, 7, whatever convenient for you people. Take 1 minute time and make the groups. Then I'll tell you what exactly you have to do. All set? Great. Good to go? Okay. Now, I think activity sheet is with you. Activity 2 sheet. Okay. This sheet, first only I'm telling you, I'm not going to take this sheet. It is for your reference. Right? Now, because you people will think a lot if they are going to take it, what exactly I need to write. Again, don't go with ChatGPT. It's purely about your emotions. Fine. The first question, so there are so many silent sentences are there. I want you to again visualize your child. Your child answer you're going to write. You're not writing as a father, as a mother. You're writing your child's answer. Thinking about my parents. That means you are thinking about yourself only and you're writing in terms of your child. Do I make sense? You understood what exactly I'm going to write? I'll give one example. I feel scared when, so I'm a student now, I feel scared when I'm trying to write, maybe probably when assessments are there, but I'm going for a trip. Or probably something else which your child might be scared of. You might be knowing very well. Your child will be scared of for what and all reasons, you try to write it there. Probably if they are scared of you, please do write it, that's absolutely fine. So if your child is scared of whatever it is, in that way, fill with respect to your child and share it, share the ideas, that's absolutely fine. Is that fine? Okay, your time starts now.
Parapanchani ne, nanna parapanchani ne, neene ella bere nilla. Parapanchani ne, nanna parapanchani ne, kashta nannodane mannagali. ಜಗದ ಸುಖ ನಿನ್ನ ಕೈ ಸೇರಲಿ, ನಿನ್ನ ಕಣ್ಣಲ್ಲಿ ಹನಿ ನೀರು ಬರದಂತೆ ಕಾಯುವೆನು ಪರಪಂಚ ನೀನೇ, ನನ್ನ ಪರಪಂಚ ನೀನೇ.
Great. So how was it? Activity, you tried getting into your child's shoes, right? You tried something at least to write? You people want more time. Okay. You can complete the task at home. In fact, husband, wife, please do discuss and try to understand what your child is going through. Based on that, you can fill the task. Absolutely fine. So, we were trying to understand that when things are not happening in a right way, sometimes children will go to silent mode. That silence matters a lot. We need to understand that silence. Many a times when the child don't speak to you, what is the first thing we tell? What's wrong with you? Talk to me. Right? So basically, I just want to share something with you called language of kindness. So the words what I use, the language what I use, if I add little kindness into that, it makes world's difference in child's life. It's very true that it will be very difficult for us to have that much of patience to add this language, polite language, to address each and every issue. But at least if we can try in major scenarios, not in day-to-day kind of activities, when your child is really low, when your child needs really, they need you a lot. In that particular situations, if we can do something, it will be great help. So whatever language of kindness is there, just observe that. What happened now instead of that? If you ask, I noticed you are quiet, want to talk? Second statement, you always shut me out. Instead of that, if we say, I'm here when you are ready. The third one, talk to me. Instead of talk to me, you don't have to talk now. I'll be here when you are ready. So just adding little kindness to the words what we are using, it makes words difference for the child. I have given one sample, a small tool for you. So in that many sentences are there as such. Wherever possible, please feel free to use those sentences when you're talking to your child. That will definitely add a lot of value. Do I make sense? Yes? Not everywhere, at least in tough situations we can use this language, right? Okay, let's move on to the last part. I want you to close your eyes. I request all the parents to please close your eyes. Later you can go through all the, we need some more time to distribute those sheets. You might have received 3 sheets now. One is a small tool of kindness of language, right? Second thing, a pledge card you might have received. And the third one, a feedback form you might have received. Okay, I request parents to please close your eyes. I request teachers please to come out of the circles. Please close your eyes, all of you. We'll just take 30 seconds. I want you to visualize your child. I want you to visualize your child sitting alone after a bad day. They don't speak. You sit near them, not asking anything, just breathing with them. They glance at you, not in fear, but in relief. They glance at you, not in fear, but in relief. Because you didn't fill the silence. Because you didn't fill the silence, you shared it. Thank you, parents. You can just open your eyes. And I want you to, all of you, please stand. We'll take a small pledge, whatever best we can try to do with our kids. I request all of you to stand and read after me about the pledge. I will listen, even when no words are spoken. I will respond, with curiosity, not pressure. I will make silence feel safe. Thank you all. Please sit down. Now, so far, whatever learning is there, I'm just trying to conclude in one word that when things are not appropriate, children maintain silence because they don't know how to express. So when they are in silence, how will you treat them? That's what we are trying to understand here. So if you see, there is a pledge card there, a yellow color pledge card. So in that, the pledge, whatever we took, it is there. Below that, I have asked a question there. Feel free to fill that. It is again for your reference only. When my child is silent, I will respond with. Imagine your child with a bad day. However, the child is in silent now. What exactly you people want to do when your child is silent? Please feel free to write. Take 1 or 2 minutes. It's for your reference. I'm not collecting it. Please write whatever you feel. However you want to respond to your child when your child is silent, please feel free to write there. whoever has finished writing that, there is a feedback form, small feedback form. I request each one of you to fill that form, whatever you feel about the session, which will definitely add a lot of value for me, for my growth. Please feel free to write whatever you feel about the session. No need to mention the name. Whatever you feel, please do write about the same in the feedback form. Okay, I just want to conclude that. Thank you for all of you for making time for this interactive session. I think I handled the experienced one with a lot of energy. Somehow I managed the show. I just wanted to tell one thing, that when I was talking about the 7th standard wala girl incident, hope you can connect. You forgot? I was thinking the same issue was there even the previous generations also, right? How did they handle? I was just trying to think. Then I realized that time, even though estrogen levels are more in that a 7th standard girl, to change whatever her thoughts are there, her mood is there, to change that, she has a different world. 30-40 years back, a 7th standard child has a different world. Most of their energy used to go in playing outside, in the ground. Most of their energy, right? Most of their focus, a lot of focus, whatever their thoughts are there, it used to diverge a lot. A lot of options were there. But here, many of the girls, after going from school, probably next day morning to get into the school bus only, they'll come out of the houses. So when that is the situation, probably they don't have any other option than going through this trauma. So somewhere let us try to be a little more sensitive and try to understand these things. Thank you all once again. Thank you for being amazing audience. You guys are great, because even after handling kids for so many years, yet you have been part of this parenting session to learn something, to discuss something. Thank you for being with me. Thank you again. Thank you once again, all of you. Thanks for making the time.